The Church's armies secured the Holy Land during the First Crusade. The Knights Templar discovered a secret within the most revered temple. Secret chambers conceal an ancient demonic artifact. The Templars, possessed by avarice and a lack of fortitude, crumbled. They had discovered a new lord. They initiated the trafficking process after recognizing the unholy wisdom conveyed by the artifact. They began to summon demons and engage in a variety of unspeakable rituals. This was the initial heresy. The Church's armies withdrew, resulting in the transformation of Jerusalem into a depraved location where hell is now located. Presently, our mortal dimension has amalgamated into a single entity. For 8 centuries, the Church has been fighting to reclaim the holy city. Thousands of miles of debris and the crushed bones of warriors, including trenches used for centuries, craters showing a massive and unending shelling, and mud everywhere beneath a dark grey sky, crisscross the devastated landscape of war and death. The crusade is currently underway, with armies employing terrifying supernatural beings that possess such immense power that they are nearly unstoppable. Armies are in action. The armies are at a standstill, despite their incalculable strength. This is the Trench Crusade. This is a saga of unending warfare, a grim testament to misplaced faith and demonic corruption. We go into the key, historical moments that have shaped this unholy conflict, forever scarring the landscape and twisting the souls of all involved. The First Crusade captured Jerusalem in 1099. The Knights Templars committed the ultimate act of heresy. Our record begins with the Knights Templar, paragons of faith entrusted with guarding the holy city of Jerusalem and the path of the pilgrims. Blinded by greed, unearthed an ancient demonic artifact that whispered promises of power, wealth, and dreams. This act of unholy curiosity marked the first heresy. The Templars, hearts tainted by darkness, turned to demonic worship and unspeakable rituals. The once sacred city became a demonic gateway, spewing forth infernal creatures and warping the land itself. This was the destruction of Jerusalem and the opening of the gates of hell to threaten the gate of Eden. The catastrophe changed the world's fate forever. In the year 1101, the year of 3 battles, reinforced heretics. The forces of the Third Circle of Hell have subjugated most of the Levant. Fortifications encircle the ancient city of Antioch in 1102. It serves as a central point of resistance against Hell's forces. Later in the year 1106, Kobar becomes the first tyrant among the 66. 1109. The Great Sultanate of the Invincible Iron Wall. In their formation, the 2 horns pierce the sky. In the coming decades, it will unite the Islamic factions. We resurrect the Great Iron Wall of Iskandar, fortifying it against the heretics this time. The 17 martyrs, who are renowned for their courage and sacrifice, began their voyage in 1117. They, in charge of the conversion of the heretics, are the earthly domains of hell, are in charge of the heretics' conversion duties. The earthly domains of hell apprehended them, subjected them to torture, and confined them to a state of perpetual imprisonment. Ensnared in a world of white-hot brazenness, they suffer in anguish. The year 1165 sees the old man in the mountain and his Hashashin safeguarding the mountain fortress of Alamut. The citadel continues to exist today, despite being under siege for centuries. Between the years 1215 and 1306, the wars of Triclavianism, the Church undergoes a severe internal conflict and division. Heretic as the devout engage in conflict, domains expand. Millions of people are killed by swords and fire. In the years 1346-1353, Beelzebub releases the Black Grail. The infection is affecting tens of millions of individuals and vessels during the most severe pandemic in human history. The corpse wars commence. The living Saint Jaina Dark Grail expels the Black Knights from continental Europe in 1429. And in 1477, God takes control of the city of Argos. Additionally, the war prophet Angelos discovered the formula for orichalcum steel in 1503, guided by Saint Eligius. Although the metal is exceedingly expensive to manufacture, it continues to be effective against all missile weapons. This day, an enigmatic entity destroys Antioch completely in 1545 with a secret infernal weapon. The Sacred Order of the Dragon halted the advancement of the heretics in 1573 following the devastation of Byzantium. The Wallachian highlands were the site of 1 million heretics' impalement. In 1595, they finalized the fortifications of New Antioch, 1666, the year of 6 woes. The newly established heretic fleet captures Gibraltar in a surprise assault. Against the adversary, the fortress serves as the operational headquarters in Europe. The forces of evil invade the Atlantic. In the year 1670, the Crown of England commences construction of the Fortress of the White Cliffs in response to the heretics' persistent coastal assaults. Despite all the challenges, a small force of Hebrew knights, striking from their secret fortress, destroyed the Templar stronghold of Acre in 1703. The English fleet emerged victorious in the Battle of the Bloodied Cliffs in 1805, while the heretic fleet was under the command of High Captain Ranga. Legendary English Admiral Lord Nelson suffered a fatal wound during the combat. In 1866, heretic mad scientists provided assistance in an environment of extreme secrecy. The demon Marbus constructed the first sophisticated submarines in history. Gibraltar launched the heretic underwater fleet in 1870. Submarine fleets significantly affected merchants. A pervasive famine resulted. Heretic forces overran the city of Rijeka in 1872. The adversary initiates a fortified and heretical conquest, the continent of Europe. 1894, the year of the Broken Trinity. Hell's Death. Commandos simultaneously assailed the Supreme Pontiff, the Holy Roman Emperor, and the High Prophetess Aelia. All are slain simultaneously. The devout are beset by confusion. The Seventh Circle and a massive vanguard of tanks led by the Nobles of Hell initiate the Heretic Legion's assault. An explosive offensive is currently underway in the Levant. In Europe, in the year 1899, the Church Space Program began. Details of this remain guarded under extreme secrecy. Britannia, the mobile battle fortress, it's built in the year 1907. The Battle of Cordoba occurred in 1910. Gruesome fighting. The heretic artillery destroys the ancient city, but the city and its defenders manage to survive. The heretic forces are unable to gain access to Hispania's heartlands. In the period from 1914 to present time, both sides are in the process of preparing for more extensive offensive operations. Furious skirmishes and assaults are on the rise. The intensity is increasing as the faithful and heretics engage in a battle for information, potent relics, and the acquisition of strategically significant positions before the main pushes are ordered. This is so far as we know. Many heroic deeds are not recorded as devastating. Last stands are remembered by no one. Desperate soldiers defend holds to the last all over the front lines as ancient artifacts are discovered. Mad scientists fuse material science with alchemical and paranormal effects, creating era-changing weapons and warriors. Only one thing is true: victory must be claimed or all is lost for eternity.